After years of having these wagons, it's finally time to do an unboxing.
Let me move that out your way. We're back again for another unboxing, and this time it's an entire freight train and plus one packet. But before I do, I just want to say that the biscuits that you saw me bringing upstairs that I've munched on now, I'm not being paid to eat them, just to clarify, just to clear anything up, okay? Right, moving on. It's an entire freight train that I brought 15 years ago. You're wondering, Martin, why are you doing a review on a 15-year-old wagon? Well, basically, they're doing a re-release. That is correct. They're doing a re-release, and I don't think they've actually changed that much. They run in rakes of 5, and one wagon has a generator. That is correct. But before I do, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's liked, subscribed, and viewed the videos. I can't believe it. We're well over 1,000 subs now, so thank you so much. And obviously, if you've left a comment, bear with me. I'll get back to you very, very soon. So, and obviously, secondly, it wouldn't be the same without a good cup of tea. So, cheers. Beautiful, beautiful. Right, let me show you what we have. So, that is correct. 15 years old, packs of 5. So, I shall show you what we have. Obviously, I've had it that long that the plastic has started to discolour, and they haven't sat in sunlight either. So, I'll show you the generator wagon. So, these are very, very tightly packed. Look at that. Now, you don't want to see it in my hand, you want to see it on the track. So here we go. These wagons were made around 2001, that's right, 23 years ago, and the job was to be able to tip ballast either side of where the wagon was placed. Each wagon had 2 steel tubs with hydraulics that would tip the steel tub to one side or the other. With the door running along the length of each tub and a hinge at the bottom, this would give the ballast an extra reach when it was being tipped. These wagons would run in sets of 5, and one wagon would have a generator between the steel tubs to provide air and power to the other 4 wagons. The prototype of these wagons was numbered TCMC 28200 with a tops code JQA. TCMC stood for, now I think you pronounce it like this, Thrale Car Manufacturing Company, and was finished in an all-over dark green. Thrale Europe's York Works is where the prototype was built, along with 60 sets. And these sets were owned by First Curements Associates, but used by RAILTRACK. RAILTRACK's livery was an all-over off cream and blue doors with RAILTRACK branding on them. Fast forward only by about 12 months, and it was Network Rail's name on the side of the wagons. And in 2004, another order was placed, but this time only 100 units, or 20 sets. And these were made in Romania by Trinity Rail. Now, the top codes for these wagons were as follows. The outer wagon, the one with the generator, was MRA A. All the inner wagons were known as MRA Cs, and the outer wagon, the one without a generator, was MRA B. 2006 comes round, and 5 sets were under GB Rail Freight, and this was to work on track removal. And in 2023, a plan was undertaken to transform the majority of the fleet into JNA-wise Hawks. And the rest is history. Now, where do we start with the incredible detail of these 15 or so year old wagons? Let's start at the important end, the business end. This is the wagon with the generator. This sits snugly between the 2 steel tubs in the centre of the wagon. The steel tubs are slightly shorter in length to cater for the generator, and the generator has 4 beautifully etched metal gates to prevent any unwanted guests from entering the generator area. The signs on the gates are actually legible, reading "Entry prohibited, maintenance only." The generator has even sloping roofs so no debris settles on there. Moving either side of the generator to the steel tubs, and these are lavished in pipework to operate the doors. And talking about the doors, they even open, with the piston that slides in and out. You also have yellow lifting eyes on the top of the rail of the tubs. 2 of the 4 doors on the tubs have various labels regarding wagon number, tier weight, carrying weight and the RAILTRACK branding. Also have the wagon code along with the letter A, B or C. This is to define whether it's a generator wagon, a non-generator wagon or an inner wagon. Moving to the chassis, and each wagon comes with 4 long yellow handbars, 2 each side. All various piping, non-working lamps, wait till someone produces a working one, and with an array of data and warning panels. One warning reminder reads, "Do not operate more than 2 boxes on a 5-car set." Just love it. What comes in the box? Well, for a 15-year-old wagon, this comes in the box. This is a little thank you for purchasing this set. We hope it gives you many hours of pleasure. I'm sure it will. So this is just a little note, and obviously how to set up. If you want to set up the wagon in diorama mode, which you can, and they do look stunning, you have little bars in here that obviously just support the tub, and obviously you have a further reading as well. So if you wish to read that, please pause it. There's nothing on the other side whatsoever. Right, moving closer in. So what do we have? We'll go through the bucket first. This is the bucket. These are the beautiful piping, and obviously there's one door opening, and obviously there's the other door opening as well, and you have the piston moving in and out. So if you want to support the wagon on its side, or the buckets, use those and you clamp them, or you clip them to there, and obviously then you clip it to the wagon and it sits in there, and obviously there and there as well. Wagon, this chassis is actually plastic, and you're thinking, Martin, that must be light as anything. Well, believe it or not, it is the tubs that are made out of metal. I will weigh everything very, very soon. Obviously conventional coupling at one end, so obviously you have a pin, there. That's obviously just to keep it located, rough guide anyway. I have found that it has ridden above this pin occasionally as well. You also have the spring to pull it back into place, but it does get stuck. Just, oh, there you go. There we go. So how do you connect to the rest of the packets? The wagon, sorry, that's what I meant to say. So in this hole, in this bit here, you have this piece of metal. There you go. And then in the packet, so this is the packet. So you have those clips that support the bucket if you want to create a diorama, and a load of bars. I think some of these bars are from another packet as well. So one of the bars up close is this. There you go. So you see the little hook there, and you also have a hook that end as well. And that hook goes into there like that. So you can see that, and that is how each wagon is connected. Now I've had to close this top part of this bar up to clamp this down, because I have found that some of the times if you get quite a few wagons on there, it can pull out quite easily. I understand, I'm aware that the new packs now come with magnet couplings. You'll see in the next part of this video when I'm running it round, my brother has actually got some hunk couplings, and again you still retain this part of the wagon, obviously with in here, but it just, the magnet coupling just clips into it, and I did actually end up breaking some, as you find out very soon. But they are, other than that, they are actually quite easy to fit, and obviously you just clip them together, obviously with the magnets. Not gonna lie, these are quite finicky to put together, because obviously you have to put the bar in the middle I shall do a quick demonstration of how awkward this can be. So you have to put it in there. Put it in, there we go. So there you go, see it comes out already. So there's one side of the butt, no, see what I mean? This is, so you can see why, hopefully, these new couplings will be so much better. So if I push this coupling in to here, there's one. Can I get this in and get it to stay? Possibly can. There we go. That wasn't awkward at all, was it? There you go. So you can imagine being on a layout that is very, very fiddly. But to be fair, they do look the part. Don't worry about the handbrake wheel. These packs were faulty anyway. So just put that into there. Let's make it into a diorama. So there we go. There's that. So that clips onto that part there, and this does exactly the same. There you go. If we just have those pointing up, and like I say, these fit into these holes here. Can I do it? Ta-da! Talking about pricing. Right, so I brought all of these from the Dapol stand down at Alexandra Palace. We're going back obviously many, many years. This is the point or the time where, I don't know if they still do it to this day, where manufacturers were happy to sell you potentially what is faulty items. You're sort of thinking, well, what was faulty with these wagons? Obviously, you have little bits like that, the handbrake wheel, various other little bits that were potentially broken. I have a network rail set, and part of the end door, the moulding wasn't quite correct either. So I brought these all for around, I can't remember the actual price, but I think it was around the £75 mark. That is correct, £75. I'm sure when I went down there the first time round, I brought 2 packets, and then I went down there the next year and they were doing this exactly the same. These do retail, or these did retail at £150. You might be thinking, oh my word, 150 quid. To be fair, 150 quid is a bargain nowadays. What's the average wagon with a bogie? Is about, what, 45 to £50 plus. So yeah, so for £75 I am very much happy with, and for the minor details that are slightly broken off them, you would never know, especially when it's going around on a layout. There we go, we have the beautiful yellow network rail. There you are, stands out. Like I say, all these packs were faulty. This particular one is missing a door. There you go, it's missing a door here, or a gate if you like. But also, I do find that this, I think this is a revised version, this has a metal clamp that pushes down on the bar to try and secure it in. I still had issues with running these. And I did find that for some reason these were just awkward to keep on the track. Not that they always kept them derailing, but I just was always having a little bit of an issue with the network rail ones. Maybe if I looked into it a bit more, they'll run a lot better. So unfortunately, when you see me running these wagons, I am only running the RAILTRACK items. Differences as well to the door. Obviously you have the RAILTRACK and the network rail. I have another network rail where the part of this door is broken off it as well. So, and obviously you can see the different mouldings that they've used. Now, what wagon review wouldn't be without a wagon weigh-in. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to weigh the chassis first. So obviously this is the generator wagon, so obviously I can't take the generator off. No, put it on first, that might help Martin. Perfect. Right, so on its own is 42 grams. There you go. So in the buckets, so that's 72 grams and 144. There we go.
188 grams altogether. Now just a normal wagon without the generator. So I'm weighing the network rail. Obviously the buckets are a little bit bigger, so obviously the chassis should be the same. Well, actually it's a little bit lighter. Oh, actually that was a generator unit, so obviously you're going to get a little bit more weight with the generator housing on there. So this is 38 grams. And the buckets, that's 80. And that's 160. So there we go. And obviously altogether for that particular wagon is 200 grams. Obviously a wagon review wouldn't be without a wagon push test. Here we go. And that's as far as it got. We'll do it again. A little bit harder this time. That did take a bit of effort. And now this time for the generator unit for the RAILTRACK items. There you go. There's a lot of difference. There you go. You've obviously heard about the detail and the history, and obviously you've seen the detail parts as well. Like I say, these are, I'm pretty sure, like I say, these were all faulty packets that they were selling. So does it bother me? No, it does not. Regarding pricing for the new one, I think they're up for about £225 each per pack of 5 wagons. Obviously you've seen the detail. I mean, they are stunning wagons, and going on the basis that what's the average bogie wagon? 60 quid, 50 quid, 45 pounds. So it's well up there. So I mean, if you was to buy 5 of these, it should be around about 250. But I know there are some shops selling it for around about 190 pounds. Would I get them if I hadn't got these? You know what, I generally think I would, because they are really, really stunning. But obviously you don't want to hear me waffle on. You want to see these go round behind a train. So sit back and relax. We're trying a first. This, ladies and gentlemen, is this Hunt coupling. These are my brother's. My brother does have some of these MRA wagons, and he hasn't actually had time to try them out. So he said, Martin, if you want to try them out, please feel free. So this will be the first time I've actually used these. So what I'm going to do, so this is obviously a magnet. I'm sticking it to the ruler, and then hopefully this was very, very tight. So, and for the ones that don't know, there is obviously, there you go, this little bit of metal. There you go, if that can focus in, there you go. So it's a little bit down to the left, as you can see, but I've done that for the bar, the original bar that comes with it, to obviously clamp it down. So I am using this Hunt coupling, so I might have to open it up again. Oh, hopefully I don't break anything. No. So what I'm going to have to do is open that up just a little bit. There we go. After mucking around with it for a couple of minutes, I did end up breaking the casing off one of them because I was a little bit heavy-handed with it. But I did manage to hopefully, if you can see that, glue it back in. I don't know if the glue will hold. It is Gorilla Glue that I am using, so we'll wait and see. But they just slot in. So this little bar I've had to open up just a little bit, and then obviously they've just slotted in. So proof in the pudding will be the running of the wagons. There you go. What do you think? Considering they're 15, 16, 17 years old, they are absolutely stunning, and especially for the fine detail. And I can't think of any other wagons that were made back then that were in packs of 5 for the UK market. And considering, like I say, when these were new, I think they were about £150. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, I did get all of these for because I think all these packs were faulty. It's been such a long time, I can't fully remember. So I think the average price I got these was about 75 quid. So yeah, and like I say, bits were faulty on it. So I think some of the numbers were wrong, and I think some of the detail was broken off it as well. For 75 quid, I'm not complaining because they still look incredible. Obviously, regarding the hunt couplings, I think the new set or the new releases will have them already fitted in. I've had to fit them in, and I did end up breaking one of the hunt couplings. I did try and glue the magnet, so there you go. I tried to glue the magnet back in. I don't know if it's glued or not or anything like that. So I think that'll be a bit of a godsend, and it'll be a lot easier because using the bar is very, very finicky. It's quite time consuming, and you do need a bit of a steady hand as well. Would I get them? Hell yeah. I think retail price as of the moment as it stands, I think is £225. But I know Rouse Sheffield are selling them for 191, I think. I'm guessing maybe a few other shops will bring it down to that price. So considering that's only, what, £40 more than what I paid for these 17 years ago, and going on the basis that what's the average bogey wagon with obviously with a bogey is what, 50 quid, 45, 50 quid. So for a set of 5 for 190, I don't think that's too bad at all. To be fair, I think that's quite a good bargain. Whether it'll be brand new tooling, I can't imagine it, because these are quite good. And the weight of the wagon is in the bucket rather than the chassis of the wagon. The chassis of the wagon is actually plastic. And the reason why you didn't see a network rail on there, without going through all the packets, the wheels moved quite a bit in the bogies, so it was just quite awkward to get them on. So I thought, well, I'll do the RAILTRACK, and obviously, as you see, an Acura scale class 66. This was my brother's, so 66763, and yes, that's correct. I know there's a certain person out there that loves these JJ auto ballisters. There you go. There is 15 of these, and these here. So these, I can't remember if it was one of these as well, but I'm 100% sure it was these 4, possibly one of them as well. We got from the Maney train exhibition. So I saw these on a little stall. It was incredible, actually. Show. It was a really, really small show, but amazing. And I saw them on the stall, and I said to Dan, I said to my bro, I said, look, mate, there's some JJ auto ballisters here, and I think they were up for, I think something like 48 quid. That's right, 48 quid. Considering these retail on eBay at what, 70 plus, north of £70. And I brought a job lot with other wagons as well, and I think I ended up getting these down to about £42.50 each. That's right, £42.50 each. So there's bargains out there. You just got to see it. You know, you got to find it and things like that. So, yeah. Would I consider getting these MRA wagons? Hell yeah, they are incredible wagons. I think they'll be a lot easier with the hunt couplings, or whatever the magnet couplings that they have between the two wagons. I don't know if it's hunt couplings, just to clarify. But yeah, with the magnet couplings, they'll be so much easier as well. The only things to watch out for, I think, obviously they are quite detailed, especially the generator wagon, and also the handbrake wheel just before it disappears. The handbrake wheel, just be careful, it does stick out quite a bit. So be careful as you go past stations that it might just catch the station. So be very mindful of that. And obviously it has to stand out quite a bit, because obviously then the bogie needs to turn, and obviously you don't want it hitting the chassis as well. So 37, that's my 37, so that is 37422. That's obviously a Cura scale item, and yeah, just absolutely looked incredible. And yeah, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. Absolutely incredible wagons. And like I say, I'm not too sure when they're being released, but I would say, you know, if you want to pre-order them, do it, because they are incredible wagons. So just want to say a massive thank you to my brother for allowing me to use his Class 66 and all his JJA auto ballisters, as you see there, because they are incredible wagons. They really are. And a massive thank you to everyone who's liked, subscribed and viewed the videos. And if you left a comment, I'll get back to you very soon. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. See you later.